Welcome to Marketing and Mindset for Wellness Coaches, the podcast for health coaches and wellness entrepreneurs just like you who are building a business, making the world a healthier place, and designing a first-class life. I'm your host, Kim Foster, MD and certified business coach, and I'm on a mission to help you up-level your strategy and raise your mindset so you can truly thrive and grow your business. Let's get started. Hello, welcome to this episode. Welcome back if you are a regular listener. And if you're new to me, then welcome aboard. I'm so glad that you found me. Now, if you are a wellness coach or even an aspiring wellness coach and you want to build and grow your business, then you are in the right place. So let's get into today's episode. Now, I like to talk about time management early in the year because I know that many people like me set their goals in the beginning of the year. But one of the key things that will actually help you achieve those goals is to have a solid time management plan. Because here's the deal. Your most scarce resource, it's not money, it's time. I know you may feel like it's money, but it's not. It really is time. With sufficient time, or more to the point, properly managed time, you can always create money, but you simply cannot manufacture more time. We all get the same amount of time, and there's just no wiggle room on that. Everybody gets 168 hours every week, but of course we don't all use it the same way. Michelle Obama, she gets 168 hours a week. Lady Gaga, she gets 168 hours a week. And so do you. We all get the same amount of time. It really is what you do with it and how you manage it that makes all the difference. So in today's episode, I've got 8 strategies to help you manage your time well. So stick with me all the way through to the end today. And also at the end of today's episode, I've got an announcement that I am super excited about. I can't wait to share this with you. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that. Now let's dive into our topic. As I have said, managing your time wisely and effectively is challenging. But excellent time management skills are such a difference maker, and that is especially when you're trying to build a business on the side of your full-time job, like many of the people in my community are. And here's another truth. There are other things in life besides just work. If you want the opportunity to experience and enjoy other activities in life, you need to get your time under control. It's all about prioritizing and focusing and being productive rather than simply being busy. The time management tips that I'm going to walk you through today, they will help to guarantee that your time is spent wisely because, like I've said, there are only so many hours in the day and the week. You can't store it and you can't borrow more for later. Only you can decide what you spend your time on. And if you're like most people, you want to spend your time on things that add value to your life. But life is complex. I really hate to use the word busy, but I do know that many women feel that time starvation and feel like they're just always so busy between jobs, kids, and all the other activities of life. It's just a lot to keep up with. But luckily, there are time management techniques that are tailor-made for busy people. If you're ready to discover the techniques that will help to simplify how you work and ensure that you get your tasks done more efficiently, which will give you more time for whatever you choose, then keep listening. I have a client who was desperate to get out of her day job. She was trying to build a coaching business to replace her income, and she had really limited time available. So one of the first things that we did was we took a really good look at her schedule and her approach to time management because she needed next level time management strategies. So we figured it out. We totally changed her approach. And guess what? A year later, she had built her coaching business to the point where she was able to leave that job. Awesome, right? So let's start with tip number 1, which is to resist the urge to multitask. Now, this might be old news for you, but the evidence is really clear at this point. Multitasking is a mistake. The ability to multitask is something that a lot of people, especially women, I have to say, wear like a badge of honor. But research is now showing that multitasking does not work. It's not really possible, and all you're doing to your brain is just flipping back and forth between tasks. You're not actually able to properly focus on more than one thing at a time. Instead, it's really important to focus on one task at a time. This has definitely been shown to increase productivity and performance by quite a wide margin. This can be the difference maker between success and failure if you're juggling a part-time business with a full-time job. Productivity is everything. So focus on one thing until it's time to move on to the next thing. All right, let's move on to tip number 2, which is to use task lists. I recommend that you have a new list of objectives and to-do list every day. Your priorities and needs will change from day to day. So start each day with a new list of priorities. Any items that are incomplete, of course, can be moved to tomorrow's list, but only if they are actually still priorities. Now, one way to go is to have a list of things to do before lunch and after lunch. Breaking up the day like this can make things much more manageable. Or maybe you want to break up your tasks into smaller blocks. Time blocking is a very smart way to structure your day. I definitely recommend that you create your list the night before. You won't waste time in the morning trying to plan your day. So before you go to bed, write a to-do list for the next day. And when you plan ahead, you're mentally preparing yourself for any challenges that you may face. This will also help to limit procrastination at the start of the day and ensure that you work faster and more efficiently. It's a good idea to start your day with your most important task. When you start the day off by completing your most important task, you'll give yourself a boost of momentum and a real sense of accomplishment. Incidentally, a really excellent book on time management and productivity that I read many, many years ago and I reread on a regular basis is titled 168 Hours. It's by Laura Vanderkamp. She writes specifically to women and very often to working mothers, so it's incredibly valuable. I'll link it in the show notes. Okay, moving on to tip number 3, which is to organize your work around your energy levels. Your productivity levels are directly related to your energy levels, so I want you to schedule your hardest tasks for when your energy levels are at their highest. Any low-value tasks that require little energy, like responding to emails, they can be scheduled for the times when your energy levels are lower. For me, that is later in the afternoon and toward the end of the day. You might want to spend the first 2 hours of each morning working on the most important tasks of the day before opening your email or listening to any of your phone messages. That's a really smart and effective approach to take. But here's the thing, this does take discipline. It's not easy to ignore your inbox and focus on your own work first before looking at other people's requests and demands on your time. But we are talking about optimizing time and productivity here. And in many situations, this is what it takes. Okay, that leads into my next tip, tip number 4, which is to prioritize. I want you to make sure that you prioritize your tasks. When every task is a priority, nothing is. Urgent, time-sensitive tasks are often the highest priority. Then look at any high-value tasks, and then try to relegate low-priority tasks to the back of the queue. Make decisions with the time expenditure in mind. Working full-time and running a part-time business requires focusing on the time required for certain activities. It's crucial for you to hone your decision-making skills and get much better at quickly assessing what's important and making a quick decision. For me, I am always checking in with my priorities as I go through the day, making sure that I'm taking care of the non-negotiables first and then moving on to the most important things after that. In fact, what I do is I take my list of tasks and then I literally write a number beside each one. I look at my whole list and I ask myself, if I could only get one thing done today, what would it be? And then I write a number 1 beside that task. And then I ask myself, okay, let's say I get that thing done and I have time for one more task. What should it be? and then I write a number 2 beside that task, and so on. And so then when I'm ready to actually do the work, all I have to do is look at task number 1 and complete it, and then move on to task number 2. I don't have to waste time trying to figure out what to do next or get overwhelmed with all of the other things on my list because I've already made a decision and it's just a matter of executing. Okay, tip number 5 is to let go of perfect. It's so important to realize that things don't need to be perfect. It's easy to get caught up in trying to make everything perfect. However, perfectionism will slow you down and can definitely result in deadlines being missed and opportunities being missed. I know it's not easy. I am a recovering perfectionist myself, but the mantra I constantly say, and if you are one of my clients or students, you will definitely have heard me say this, is done is better than perfect. The first few times you try to accept a less than perfect finished product, it will be really hard, but you have to force yourself and you have to trust me on this. It will get easier with time. I had a mentor once say to me, perfectionists are poor people. And although that is maybe a bit harsh, it certainly does make the point. I've also heard the advice to aim for B- work, not A or A+ work, but B-. It's okay. Having the attitude of that will do will save so much valuable time. And that's what we're talking about here. You can always go back later and improve or refine things, but especially when you're building a business and you're trying to build it while you're working full time, you just need to keep that forward momentum going, which means you will need to let go of perfect. Okay, tip number 6 is to hone your ability to focus. I want you to make a real effort to eliminate distractions and interruptions. This is easier for some people and more challenging for others, so you do need to know yourself, of course. But in general, for most people, it's generally true that there is always something else that needs your attention. And you'll get so much more done if you can stick to the important tasks before allowing other things to grab your attention. Do whatever you have to do to cut out distractions. When you're distracted, it can take a while to get your focus back. And of course, this will definitely limit your productivity and slow you down. Consider turning off the notifications on your phone, for example, or invest in a pair of sound canceling headphones. Not only will it help you with focus, it actually makes other people less likely to approach you when you have them on. And of course, browsing social media is a huge distraction and should really be avoided if you want to increase productivity. Now, if you're interested in learning more about cultivating a really deep focus on your work and blocking out distractions, an amazing book that I would recommend is the book called Deep Work by Cal Newport. Again, I'll link that in the show notes, but I would really recommend that. It's a great read. Okay, let's move on to tip number 7, which is to consider using a timer to help you focus. This is one of my favorite productivity hacks. I use the timer on my phone all the time. When I sit down to answer emails, I'll set a timer for 15 minutes and just go right at it. It's actually amazing how much I can get through in 15 minutes. I actually do this not just for work tasks, but also life tasks too, like washing dishes or cleaning up around the house. I'll set a timer for 10 minutes and I get my boys to do this too. And I say, okay, 10-minute tidy. And we just go right at it like it's a race. It's a sprint. And we see how much we can get done before the timer goes off. All right, final tip, tip number 8 is to automate, delegate, and outsource. If there's something that you can automate, like a repetitive task, then definitely do so. Automation can be a beautiful thing, and there's so much technology available these days to help people automate their tasks. There are tools to schedule your social media postings, autoresponders for emails, or even just the ability to automatically fill in online forms at the touch of a button. And along the same lines, I also want you to think about delegating and outsourcing whenever possible, whether it's at your job or inside your growing business or even in your personal life. Get comfortable with delegating as much as you can. If you insist on doing everything yourself, you're just creating a bottleneck for yourself. You're literally holding yourself back. Now, I admit this one wasn't easy for me at first because I really do like to have control, but it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to delegate a task to somebody else and have it come back to you all done and wrapped up, and it didn't take any of your time. So get all the help that you can. I really want you to learn to outsource. You don't have to complete every task yourself, especially those lower priority tasks. It's often better to outsource those tasks so that you can focus your attention on the more pressing tasks and on the things that only you can do. Okay, those are all the tips that I have for you today. Let's just recap. There is no doubt that managing a full-time job and a part-time business that you're trying to build and grow is challenging, but many people are able to manage both successfully. There's no reason that you can't do the same. I want you to make sure that you focus on the most important tasks, minimize the distractions around you, and let others help. You'll get much more done in less time with greater results. So as a recap, my 8 tips are: 1, resist the urge to multitask. 2 is use task lists. 3 is organize your work around your energy levels. 4 is prioritize. 5 is let go of perfect. 6 is eliminate distractions. 7 is use a timer to help you focus. And 8 is automate, outsource, and delegate. I encourage you to try at least one of these techniques. See how it goes. Then try another one. Once you find the strategies that work best for your situation, use them every day. Your productivity will increase and you'll save precious time in your busy life, which will give you time to do what matters the most to you. And now I would love to hear from you. Which one of those tips will you start implementing right away? Which one will you adopt this week? Let me know. Take a screenshot and post in your Insta stories and tag me at Dr. Kim Foster, and let's have a conversation. Okay, now, as I said, I do have one further announcement for today. You may be aware that at the end of last year, I announced my new training and certification program, the Wellness Coach Academy. And in December, I closed enrollment to the Academy so that I could devote attention to my private clients and other year-end projects. But I am now officially reopening the Wellness Coach Academy for enrollment as of Thursday, January the 14th. I am really excited to be launching this program because I know there are so many of you who are still feeling stuck in an unfulfilling day job despite being so passionate about wellness. I know that you are dedicated to helping others and that you have been craving the true freedom that comes with running your own coaching business. And I have worked tirelessly to put together the best, most comprehensive training program to help you achieve all of that. This program includes everything you need to become a masterful wellness coach and all the business training you need to actually build your business and achieve the success you want. If you are done with putting up with an unfulfilling day job and you are ready to say yes to freedom, to waking up every day knowing that you are making a difference in the lives of others, and you're ready for a comprehensive training and certification program that will open the door to a whole new career, then I would love for you to check out the Wellness Coach Academy because it will give you exactly that. The doors to enrollment are only going to be open for 1 week. On January the 21st, enrollment ends again, and that's so that I can focus on getting my new cohort of students all onboarded and started on the training. And one more thing, for those of you who are fast action takers, I have got some extra good news. When you enroll within the first 48 hours of the doors being open, you will get a special early bird bonus. I'm going to include Physician Referral Advantage, which is my complete course that gives you everything you need to approach doctors for referrals and skyrocket your wellness coaching business. Now, Physician Referral Advantage normally sells for $797 US, and it is designed to help coaches create a constant flow of inbound clients on automatic without hustling on social media or paying for expensive ads. And when you enroll in the Wellness Coach Academy within the first 48 hours, you will get Physician Referral Advantage for free. But act fast because this early bird bonus will disappear within 48 hours. Again, I'll put the link to the program page inside the show notes, or you can just head over to wellnesscoachacademy.com right now and learn everything you need to know. All right, that's a wrap for today. As always, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope I gave you lots of ideas for improving your time management and productivity so that you can achieve the success you're hoping for. Have an amazing week, and I will talk to you again soon. Thanks so much for listening. If you are ready to build a coaching business that gives you freedom and flexibility and allows you to make a meaningful impact in the world, but you're not really sure how to get started or what you need to do to attract the perfect clients and grow your income, then let me be your coach. I would love to teach you my exact framework, my proven method for how I created a freedom-based business for myself and how I've helped dozens of clients do the same thing and create a life that is better than their dreams. Get started by heading over to drkimfoster.com/business training, and there you can sign up for my free online training called The 4-Part Formula for Replacing Your 9-to-5 Income with a Coaching Business You Love.